It's Friday the 13th. Welcome to Pastor Bob Daily. Lawrence is a Facebook friend, and we talked about music the other day. He said, "Hi, Pastor Bob. Thanks for your response to my question regarding music. I agree with what you said, but one more question on music. One of my friends is totally against rock music and believes that also other forms of music are satanic as well. He did this test to show me, or to try to convince me, it's bad. He recorded himself speaking the words into the computer of the song, Another One Bites the Dust, and he played it backwards. It said, start smoking drugs. He used this to show me the evil side of music. So how do you respond to these rock haters or music haters? He did another song, Stairway to Heaven, played it backwards as well. He also played some Christian music, and it had a backward message as well." Well, it's true confession day for me. Excuse me. In the early 80s, I did a presentation on music. It was called The Rock That Steals Your Soul. And I wanted to kind of show why the emerging Christian rock scene was so important and how bad some of the secular music was. And I am maybe the original, but one of the originals that played Stairway to Heaven backwards. And I can give you all the reasons why I did it and what I found and all of that. But, you know, I played a few things backwards in those days and kind of started this whole frenzy of backward masking. And I would have thousands of people show up for my presentations and buy my tapes with that music being played backwards. It's one of the things in my life, honestly, that I regret the most. Is there some backward masking going on in music? Yeah, there is. There's some bands that have deliberately recorded some things backwards. Stairway to Heaven, I think the verdict is still out, but I think the song has a pretty occultic origin, so it wouldn't surprise me. But, you know, I created a monster that I really regret. And here we are, 30 years later, and we're talking about this monster still. I think it's really important, first of all, to talk about how creative our mind can be. When I did my talk on rock music, it occurred to me that as I was playing some things backwards, I was also telling them what the backward words were saying. And they would go, wow, yeah, it is saying that. But I did a little investigation, and I found some people that had never heard my seminars. And I said, let me play this for you backwards and see if you can tell me what it's saying. And I did that, and very few of them could tell me what it was saying. It was the power of my suggestion, actually, that was convincing them. And it wasn't too long after that that I stopped doing this presentation and started Sanctuary, actually. It's one of those black parts of my life that I'd like to forget about. One of those dark areas that I sure would have done differently these days. In those days, I did radio interviews and so many things, and I remember one very popular station dubbed me the king of backward masking. And, it's a label that I'm so happy that I lost. And now all these years later, I'm talking about it again. I probably will regret this at some point. But Lawrence, I say all of that for this. Isn't it great that God created music? And we don't have any evidence that playing something backwards is going to do anything to you anyway. Does your mind really reverse it? Probably not. And I'm going to get emails saying, oh, yes, it does. Well, don't send them to me because, it just doesn't really matter. The thing that matters is what the music is saying forward. And there's a whole lot of music these days that you don't have to play backwards to really understand what it's saying. And I think we ought to choose music according to what it's saying forward. And again, like I said before when we talked about music, does it match your lifestyle? That's the most important thing. So don't be afraid of music. Those people that try to find a demon behind every bush and behind every chair, I feel bad for them, but we live in the victory of Jesus Christ, and we don't have to go on witch hunts with music or anything else. So, Lawrence, enjoy your music. Make wise choices and celebrate the fact that God gave us music, as a wonderful, wonderful creative tool to enjoy. God bless you. Have a great day.